So if I try question, let's say I try question K, right? I'm going to try question K, and let's say I try question E as well for this as well. So question K, question 5K, I've got 100 minus 5x over 3 is equal to 30, and I'm going to write this as 30 over 1. Then I'm going to cross multiply. 1 times anything is itself, so that's 100 minus 5x. 3 times 30 is 90, so I just have bigger numbers now. I'm going to keep the negative 5x and subtract the 100 on the other side. It becomes 90 minus 100. Change sides, change signs. Divide by 5, or I could say minus 100 on both sides, like that, where it cancels out. And then divide by negative 5 on both sides gets me x. 90 minus 100 is negative 10. And so if I got negative 10 divided by 5, by negative 5, x should equal 2. Okay, let me just double check that for any errors. So firstly, did I write it correctly? Did I write this question correctly? Yes, I did. It's equal to 30. Multiply 3 times 30, I get 90. 90 minus 100 is negative 10. Negative 10 divided by negative 5 is 2, right? So if I put 2 in here, then I should get 10, which will give me then 90. And then 90 divided by 3 should get me 30. So the answer is correct for 5K. X equals 2. Let's have a look at question number 6 now. Okay, question number 6E in particular. Question 6E, I've got 9 minus x over 2 equals x plus 3. I'm going to multiply the 2 on the right-hand side, but I'm going to put this in a bracket, because if I put it into a bracket, it will help me remember to multiply the 2 by x and 3. And I'm going to put this all over 1, so when I cross multiply there, it'll just end up as 9 minus x on the left-hand side. So now I have to distribute the 2 into the bracket twice for this. So it becomes 2x plus 6. So 9 minus x equals 2x plus 6. And so I move the negative x across, and I move the 6 back this way. So I get 9 minus 6 equals 2x plus x. That becomes 3x. 9 minus 6 is now 3. Divide by 3 both sides, gets me x equals to 1. So here, to go from here to here, I multiply out the bracket. To go from here to here, I change sides, getting x onto one side. And when I change anything over the equal sign, I change the sign. So negative became positive. And when I moved the 6 over, it became negative because it was positive. So we changed the signs. And then the next part is to just simplify both sides. And the last part here is to divide both sides. So we could call it steps if we wanted to. This is A, step B, step C, and step D. Okay, try a few of these questions here. Let's say randomly we try A, F, and A. Okay, try A, F, and A. 4 parts, question 6. All right, so let's go through those 3 questions then. So the first one here, I'm going to multiply 2 on the right-hand side. I'll end up with 3x plus 5 equals 14. Then I'm going to subtract 5 to get 3x equals to 14 minus 5 is 9. And then divide by 3. So therefore x equals to 3 for this one. This one here, 5 times 12.8. I can work it out. So it's 12 plus 0.8. If I multiply this by 5, I get 60. If I multiply this by 5, 5 times 8 is 40. So this will be 4. So this is 64. So this is going to get me 8x plus 4 equals 64. Subtracting 4 both sides gets me 8x equals 60. Then dividing by 8 on both sides gets me x equals to 60 over 80, which is 30 over 4, which is 15 over 2, which is like 7.5. Now, do I have an error in this question? Because it looks weird. It's worth checking, right? So let's say I substitute this back into this equation here. 8 times 7.5 plus 4 divided by 5. Now, all we have to do is work out 8 times 7.5. Let's work that out as well somewhere here. So we got 8 times 7 is equal to 56, and 8 times 0.5 is equal to 4. So that comes to 60, right? 60 plus 4 is 64, and 64 divided by 5. And what is 64 divided by 5? You can calculate that as well using, let's say, short multiplication, short division. 65 goes into 64, 5 goes into 6, 1, remainder 1, 5 goes into 14 2 times, remainder 4. So that's going to be 12 and 4 over 5, or 12 and 8 over 10, which is the same as 12.8. So that answer looks correct, 7.5. And these checks I'm doing manually. You can use a calculator if you have one, or if you're allowed, right? Okay. The next one, multiplying 3 for this, I've got to multiply twice. So I'm going to rewrite this as 2x plus 1, bringing it down, equals 3 bracket x minus 2. So 3 multiplies by both the x and the negative 2. So I put it in a bracket. So that gets me 2x plus 1 equals 3x minus 6. And so now I'm going to subtract 3 on the left-hand side, and I'm going to subtract 1 on the right-hand side. 2x minus 3x is negative x, and negative 1 minus 6 is negative 7. And so x equals to 7. And if I put 7 in here, I'll get 14 plus 1, which is 15 divided by 3, which will get me to 5. I put 7 in here, 7 minus 2 is 5, and it's equal. So that looks correct as well.